Buddy, welcome everybody. Good month, good beginning of the month. Our trades seem to have been falling in place, and some of the speculation that we made the last few days is coming to fruition. We're seeing that rates, although they jumped a little bit, um, we noticed that the the jump here is not really scary. It's nothing like this. We're noticing lower highs essentially. We're noticing this candle here of reversal. I'm I'm okay with this slightly higher move the last few days. Of course, the DXY moved quite a bit higher, but I do think that at some point this is going to exhaust and it's going to flatten out. Okay, so let's see what's going on. First of all, if you're seeing rates and the dollar go up, and then you're seeing the miners, you're seeing the Russell, you're seeing all the risk assets, altcoins are rallying into the strength of the dollar, that is showing that despite what's going on, there's a bit of a bullish divergence. Okay, and this is what I want to show you. I want to show you some of the trades that I'm seeing and the good setups. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin over here hasn't passed the test for me at least yet in order to pull the trigger decisively. I like what it did. I like this 1-2 move. I would like a move up here in the next coming days and a consolidation period. I don't necessarily want this to jump high. I just want to see consolidation above this ground to pass this resistance level, meet this level, build up and go much higher here. Okay, because when you consolidate just below resistance or at resistance, that shows higher move up. Same with Fibonacci retrace moves. Whenever you see Fibonacci movements where there's consolidation, like for instance, we're seeing consolidation right behind the zero point 0.5. Well, you can not bank it, but the probability of this moving higher to the 618, 786 is much much higher. So we're in a very good track. I think that this is a good setup. Now we might see a little bit of selling the next few days to retest here or retest over here, maybe come back down here and consolidate. But what I want to see here is essentially a move above 99k, consolidation here or just below it, and then a break up, a break up. That's when you know that Bitcoin is going much higher above 108 and that it's a good move. If we see this go straight to 102, it's precarious. Okay, moving on to the Russell. I know some of you, somebody mentioned earlier that they have a lot of calls and they're bullish on the TNA, which is the proxy for the Russell. Small caps are going to catch up. Like I mentioned, Nasdaq, SPY, the S&P, Dow Jones, they already seem like they're about to top if they haven't topped already. The Russell is not there yet. The Russell is going to play a catch-up game and it's going to be very quick and very powerful like it always is. Sure, we had end of the year tax selling like I told you in some of the videos, but look at the last three moves. Pretty interesting moves here. Like look at this. 2.5% where you've enjoyed probably 5 or 10% with some of the proxies within Russell. Now, the reason why I think this is pretty bullish is because over here, first of all, this is a higher low, and this is where you hit before. So you know that this would be support, and you have this level here, this gap. So you know this level here is bullish if it holds decisively and consolidates. Look at here. We have managed to touch this one over here, this again, this tail, and over here, over here. So what we're doing essentially is that we're retesting. We're coming again, but look at the moves. The moves are pushing higher and higher. Here, yeah, it was selling, but look back again at it. This is showing buying pressure. And at some point, the selling pressure that was to occur has already occurred. There's no reason for us to go much lower unless in the next coming days you see the break of this support much down, much lower here in this area. Then this might negate the bullish thesis. Not entirely, but in the short term at least. So my point over here is that things are setting up in a very interesting way, and I do think that we're going to get a squeeze much higher. So let's talk about one of my favorite stocks that I love. Okay, I love Marathon Holdings. Okay, look at what happened. Yeah, look at what happened here with Marathon. Let me delete this so I don't confuse you. Look what happened here. Okay, same thing as the Russell. It found support a little bit higher than this location. There was a bit of a gap here, gap fill. It broke through it and it hit these levels. Now this is temporary resistance, okay? You see the selling here, some selling here, but selling here. So you can go back several months and it will still confirm what I'm telling you. But this is an area, a significant area. Below it we saw this huge consolidation period that broke out much higher. So my point here is that this is very bullish. This move here is tremendous. I draw this trend line just to show how many times it touched it, and it seemed to have reacted to it. What I would like to see here is this, a double break, and this will go much higher. If you see a double break like that, this is a beautiful accumulation. I want to see a little bit of a pullback. I think typically what happens after such a bullish setup, you will get a day or two. Well, you may get a retest. We may get a candle like this that almost closes, engulfing the green candle. So you might see like similar to, let's say, I want to find this. I can't find a situation like this over here, but look at, for instance, this candle. Let's take a look at this candle. You see the move was like 4 or 5%. Okay, and then it shot up. And look at the tail. Look at the red candle again. It looked like it might close below this, but then it shot up. So my point is, what I want to see here is a close below, maybe 50% retracement of this move here. Stay here for a day or two, and then it's going to shoot up. That's the proper accumulation zone that I would like to see, and I think it's very possible. This can go all the way back up. If this happens, this Wyckoff type of accumulation, this 1-2 pattern, you're going to see this shoot up back to 30 in no time, in a matter of a month or two max. It shouldn't take more than 2 months. Okay, so very bullish trade here with Mara. Going on, I want to show you another trade that I really like. I really like natural gas here, these levels. You know, I had made a lot of money using natural gas, especially when it was in these regions here. I didn't hold it all the way. I sold at some point over here. I banked a good return, so I was happy with that. This was my buying for a very long term if it comes down here. But I like these levels here already because look at the, I think this 20%. Yeah, close to 20%. So 20% drawdown natural gas. Okay, not only that, look at the RSI. The RSI is way oversold. Every time it hit these levels of the RSI, it started jumping up. Every time it hit the levels of the RSI, the price started jumping up. Okay, like we still have a little bit lower to go if we wanted to, but we're already at support. If you look at natural gas here, we're already at support here. This is a decent support levels. This is a decent support levels. This one here, this is gonna hold. You know, you have, you know, going back, this is a good decent level. This one here. So we have a lot of touches where it has the opportunity to move higher from here. RSI is oversold. And also, guys, you know, when you trade, you have to look at different parameters. Look at this is the 4 hour, right? Look at the weekly. Look at the weekly. Look at this ugly tail looking like candle. After such heavy selling in a position of support in the weekly, you know that you're probably going to find a decent bounce here. And the reason why I'm really interested in at least adding in, I added, a decent amount of money, but not my entire amount of money that I want to add in here. Because I think that we'll see a bounce, but then we'll see a bit lower. It's very possible, at least. But when you're looking at different indicators, like I did, RSI, I'm looking at levels of support, levels of resistance. Sure, Fibonacci is excellent as well, patterns and all that. You have to look at also something like this. You have to look at the, let's look at the 4 hour because that's where we start. You have to look at also the average moving, this is simple average, moving average trifecta here, because you want to find levels of support if it's coming down. If you're catching a fall, if you're deciding to catch a falling knife, you better do it at a level where you will have support, but not just any type of support, not type of support because of the pattern alone. You have to find RSI, you have to find the moving average, you have to find different indicators that all together are moving, so you have higher chances of probability. I'm bullish on natural gas in the short term at least. Look at this. So this is a 20, the 50, then we got the 100, and the, I believe this is the 200. When you have a loss of support of 1, 2, 3 moving averages, okay, because the price is 3.2, the price came down. Surprise, surprise. It came down here, which is the longer moving average price point. The serious support is always found in the longer period of the SMA, and this is the 200. I believe is the 200. This is going to be a much stronger, bigger support than this. These are minor supports. The 20 is not even a support. The 50, the 100, so. But when you see a price moving to the 200, you bet your ass you're going to see some reaction there, because that is taking into account a lot of days. It's a price movement of more than what, half of the year. You have 200 days. So this is very, very important when you're looking at indicators. So when you have SMAs, RSI, also support band here, like I've showed you, a lot of it's pretty much the mean for a lot of the pricing. It can go a little bit lower from what I'm seeing in order to get more support, but this is a very good price to buy. If you were looking to buy natural gas, this is an excellent price. If it comes down a little bit more, you can add more, and this would be the final stop, I think. So we covered Mara, we covered natural gas, we covered Bitcoin, we covered IWM. I think we're good for today. You guys enjoy the weekend. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.